On September 24th, renowned American Catholic televangelist Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen will be beatified. It's been a long time coming, as the beatification was first approved and originally scheduled for 2019, but it was delayed as more time was given to examine Sheen's life. Now, 7 years later, anticipation for the first beatification of a U.S.-born bishop is at an all-time high, and perhaps nowhere more so than in Sheen's own hometown. I recently traveled to Peoria, Illinois, to see how this Midwestern city is preparing to become an increasingly popular pilgrimage destination.
The old American phrase, "Will it play in Peoria?" was coined by touring theater companies to explain if something performs well in Peoria, Illinois, it'll likely appeal to mainstream Middle America. This Midwestern town is the ideal test market, given its location in between major cities St. Louis and Chicago. So being this gifted Catholic priest was formed in Peoria,
let's begin now to use the word up.
It makes more sense the world witnessed a skilled Catholic evangelist who reached and preached the masses.
Believe me, the only pollution that is in this world is a moral pollution, and that he took upon himself in his death.
Your reaction when you heard that news?
It's about time.
Local Catholics in Peoria are ecstatic about their holy hometown hero's upcoming beatification.
I've been a fan all my life. We watched Fulton Sheen when I was a kid on TV. My parents thought the world of him.
Paradise can be stolen.
It's a wonderful blessing to have someone in your own community that's on his way to being a saint.
It's a little bit surreal because we've been waiting so long for it, but of course just really overwhelming joy.
Once we finally heard it, it was just rejoice. This is so wonderful. What a man, what a life he led. And the people he touched, not only celebrities and people, known status, but others.
While Fulton Sheen was born about 45 minutes away from here in El Paso, Illinois, it was here in Peoria where he was raised, ordained a priest, and today is buried.
Peoria's mayor, Rita Ali, is proud of the town's famous former resident and recently was able to share that hometown pride with our own Illinois native Pope, who advanced Sheen's beatification when Mayor Ali traveled to Rome earlier this year as part of a delegation of Illinois mayors who met Pope Louis XIV in a private audience.
When I walked up to him for my one-on-one experience with him, I said, "I'm Rita Ali, I'm the mayor of Peoria." And he said, "Ah, Peoria." So he knows Peoria. I thanked him for approving the beatification of Fulton Sheen, and he said yes in a way that it was about time.
Mayor Ali hopes Sheen's beatification will draw in more people who want to explore the early beginnings of this famous American Catholic.
We see Peoria as his spiritual home, where his tomb is. We believe that this is going to attract more people to visit and maybe even to live right here in Peoria, so I love it.
After a legal back and forth, Archbishop Fulton Sheen's remains were transferred from New York City to Peoria in 2019 and are now entombed at the Cathedral of St. Mary of the Immaculate Conception, the same church where he was ordained a priest in 1919.
In your opinion, how important is that his remains are here in his hometown?
I think it's very significant. The Holy See, Rome would have had an expectation that he be here.
Bishop Louis Tylka was appointed the Bishop of Peoria in 2020 and quickly inherited the Sheen beatification effort.
To have his mortal remains here as a place of pilgrimage, as a place where people can come and find inspiration, I think is very significant to us and I think to the church as we welcome people to experience the faith of our local church through him.
What is the lasting impact of Fulton Sheen here in Peoria, in his hometown? How is he still felt here?
I think Sheen is very much part of the church here. I joke that you can throw a stone in Peoria and you hit a Sheen.
And that's exactly what happened to us during our brief visit at the Fulton Sheen Museum in Peoria, when we unexpectedly and perhaps providentially met Dolores Sheen.
He's our person. He's us.
Dolores Sheen's husband was Fulton Sheen's nephew.
I just feel so honored that I had the pleasure of knowing him. So he even stayed at our house. Can you imagine that?
You have been involved with the cause with Fulton Sheen, from the start.
A long time. Yes.
There is perhaps no greater expert on Sheen than Peoria's Monsignor Jason Gray.
And this is one of the things that was kind of part of Sheen's popular devotion, is that he had the colors represented 5 different continents, and so by praying the rosary, you're praying for the whole world.
He's worked on Sheen's canonization cause since it opened in 2002.
Alleluia, alleluia,
And in 2011, led the investigation into the miracle attributed to Sheen's intercession. He's read every one of Sheen's writings and frequently preaches where Sheen is buried today.
If there were things that marked the life of Archbishop Sheen, his devotion to the Eucharist and his devotion to Mary stand out as, I think, 2 key elements of his spirituality.
On September 24th in St. Louis, Missouri, the Venerable Fulton J. Sheen will be beatified.
What was your reaction then this year when the Vatican announced his beatification is officially moving forward?
Well, after studying his life and virtues, and then after the miracle that was presented, which was unanimously recognized in Rome, I said there's no doubt that Sheen was going to be beatified. There's the phrase, what absence makes the heart grow fonder. So I think that with people having to wait, there's been this building sense of expectation and longing and desire. And so it's now the explosion of interest from people all over the country and all over the world that's really impressive to see. Sacrifice in yours.
When this project is completed, we will see many, many visitors, many more than we currently have coming to visit and to experience Fulton Sheen.
In hopeful expectation, more pilgrims will flock to Peoria. Last fall, the diocese broke ground on the Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen Experience, a future facility to honor Sheen, transforming the former Spalding Institute in downtown Peoria, where Sheen attended high school and graduated as valedictorian, into a future dynamic, interactive, and multimedia cultural center and museum.
We're not just building any building, we're going to the place where he was as a student. And so the building itself is almost really a relic for it has a connection to Sheen.
But for now, the diocese's attention is fully on Sheen's September beatification.
It's a daunting undertaking to plan a beatification mass in a football stadium for 70,000 plus people, and to do that in basically 6 months.
For no pressure, probably the most famous American Catholic there is.
The highly anticipated beatification mass for Fulton Sheen will take place on September 24th at the Dome at America Center in St. Louis, Missouri.
The biggest decision was to move the beatification from the diocese to the Dome down in St. Louis.
Tell me about that. What was behind the decision for us to celebrate the beatification in St. Louis? Why not in Peoria or somewhere else in Illinois?
Sure. So we're beatifying him for the church, not just for Peoria. So this is an event of the church that is being hosted by the Diocese of Peoria. And so to plan a beatification that, our largest venue closest to us is our Civic Center, and that would have been at most 15,000 people. I know that more than 15,000 people want to be there.
In 70,000 person stadium, do you think the seats will be filled?
I do.
Wow.
Beyond the Mass in Missouri, the upcoming beatification will be a multi-day, multi-city celebration to also include pilgrimage events in Peoria, so the faithful can walk in Fulton's footsteps and visit where the soon-to-be blessed had his beginnings and where today he is buried.
It's quite a blessing to live here and be here, and if you get to this area, please stop by. It's fabulous.
You can come here and see that he actually was a real person. He actually did live and went through the same things we're going through.
Peoria, Illinois is preparing to become a pilgrimage site, so anyone can see where the bishop behind Life is Worth Living himself once lived.
Bye now, and God love you.